And what we need in 2028, this is our last chance. We need in 2026 for this administration to be shut the fuck down.
What I do know is most Americans, and it's being proved in polling that's coming out, most Americans are completely against this war.
Welcome back. Let's just dive right into this one. And thank you for tuning in. We never saw this coming. We never saw these two MAGAs. These two MAGAs, that they are going to be going against this administration. Ain't nobody saw this one. Nobody saw it. This administration they didn't see this coming. I can bet you President Donald Trump did not see this coming at all from these two. Maybe from others, but from these two. We remember MTG. She literally worked for President Donald Trump. She did. Let's give it a her. She did worked for President Donald Trump. I'm going to be rolling y'all how she feels right now. MAGAs is divided. They are divided. They do not want this one. They are telling this administration, no, my dear, we did not vote for this one. We did not support this one. A lot of people are still waiting. That what changed the mind of President Donald Trump? He promised no new war. He promised that he ain't going to take Americans to any new war. He's going to be a peacemaker. But right now, MAGAs are saying they need answers.
All of those people, with some exceptions, were never Trumpers in 2016. Shapiro didn't vote for Trump in 2016. Mark Levin was critical of Trump in 2016. Where were these people when the movement was actually born, when those pillars were in place? Now all of those people are in the center. The movement is something else now. And what we need in 2028, this is our last chance. We need in 2026 for this administration to be shut the fuck down. What does this administration do other than cover up the Epstein files, embezzle money through government contracts, and bring us to war for Israel? This administration needs to be shut down immediately. Do not vote in the midterms. And if you do, vote for Democrats. Fuck this. That is what the Republicans deliver. That is what our golden age looks like. The tariffs were refunded. The deportations were stopped. Down and withdrew the ICE from Minneapolis. What does this administration do other than embezzle money, go to war with Iran, and bury the Epstein files? Oh, and blackmail Harvard so they police anti-Semitism and ban people who criticize Israel from being in America. This administration needs to be shut down immediately. It has forfeited its mandate. They promise no new wars. They promise mass deportations in America first, and we're not getting any of it. So shut it down.
This is one key highlight that the Republicans do not want to lose, because he knows how to speak to the young voters. Now that he is telling the young voters that do not vote in midterm election, or if you're going to vote, he just approved. He just gave go ahead to vote for Democrat. I know Democrat didn't see this coming either. Democrat did not see this day that MAGA is going to be encouraging, pushing for the MAGAs to vote Democrat. Isn't this something? Isn't this something? Yeah, we are going to see this 2026 midterm election. It is going to be a get your popcorn ready. And MTG, she got another one coming.
What I do know is most Americans, and it's being proved in polling that's coming out, most Americans are completely against this war because, like you said, the president has made no case for it. We live our ordinary lives and we don't feel threatened by Iran. We don't walk around thinking that in any moment an Iranian ballistic missile is going to land on our head. We don't. Here's what Americans, and I want to read off this list. This is what Americans are focused on. 72% of Americans can't afford health insurance. 58% of Americans can't afford car insurance. 67% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 31% of Americans can't afford their back taxes. 50% of Americans are in credit card debt. massive credit card debt. That's where we are in America. And I campaigned with the president. As a matter of fact, I was one of the only Republicans that was out there for Donald Trump when the rest of the neocons, by the way, that are just cheering him on now, had abandoned him and were trying to beat him in a primary and stop him from being president again. I was out there on the front lines for Make America Great Again. And Make America Great Again was supposed to be America first, not Israel first, not any foreign country first, not any foreign people first, but the American people first and our problems. And God bless the Iranian people. I hope to God that they can have a government that is for them and that treats women fairly. But what we have seen happen right now is we have seen over 100 little girls killed at a school from a bomb. And I don't know whose bomb it was, but they're dead today because America and Israel attacked Iran. So that's not really good for Iranian women. And our president is saying that the Iranian people are all of a sudden going to topple their regime. Well, I don't think the Iranian people are going to be toppling their regime when they're getting blown apart by the United States and Israel in an unprovoked attack. And yes, it was unprovoked. And Pete Hegseth said this morning, Megan, he said that we didn't start this war. But I hate to argue with the Secretary of the Department of War. America and Israel definitely started this war.
At this point, I think MTG, she is done. She is done, maybe not done with MAGA, but she is done with this administration. Do y'all see what she's saying? She is coming with the fact. She is reading up her fact. She ain't even just saying anything. She is following the fact. They cannot pull MTG back anymore because y'all know she is now former congresswoman. She actually had to resign because this president that she supported, they just went, y'all remember everything last year that happened in 2025? That she just had to give in 2026, she gave up and she stepped out and she resigned. But she resigned from Congress or from Senate or whatever, but she is not gonna be quiet.
And you can't lie that away to the American people. And so, you know how I feel right now? I am irate. I am furious about this. We are nearly $40 trillion in debt. How much is this war going to cost us? We have seen enough of our American troops dead and murdered for foreign countries. And now we've had 4 dead and murdered, just like you said, for Israel and for the Iranian people, not for the American people. And I don't want to see any more dead and murdered. Our military is filled with some of the greatest people from our country, and God bless their families who are probably losing their minds right now, terrified that their son or daughter or their husband or wife or brother or sister may come home in a flag draped coffin. And then we have the president who, by the way, Megan, this really needs to be said. Donald Trump has said repeatedly on camera and in interviews, he doesn't think he's going to heaven. Well, I want to ask a question, a serious question. What is in his mind? What is his mental state? If he doesn't think he's going to heaven and he is a man towards the end, he's in the 4th quarter, he's towards the end of his life. How does that pan out for the rest of us when we have a president of the United States who doesn't think and is convinced he's not going to heaven? What does that mean his decision making is? He already said to the New York Post today that he doesn't care about the polling. He doesn't care about what the American people think, and he may put troops on the ground. He took this is going to be a few-day war, to now it's going to be maybe 4 weeks or more. I want to say, what is happening to the man that I supported, you supported, the man that denounced what happened in Iraq, the man that said no more foreign wars, no more regime change, promised it on the campaign. J.D. Vance promised it. Tulsi Gabbard promised it. All of them promised it. And we're a year in, and we're in another fucking war, and we've got American troops being killed. I think it's time for America to rip the Band-Aid off, and we need to have a serious conversation about what the fuck is happening to this country and who in the hell are these decisions being made for and who is making these decisions.